How are you, Coach?
I am great. How about you?
Doing great.
Good.
So it's been a couple months. You've been on the job. How's the early going been here, being the head coach at UCF?
You know, it's been a great couple months. I am excited. We've been fortunate to sign some great players, and I'm finishing up my staff, so we're super excited.
What does the schedule look like for you the rest of the way moving into the season?
Well, we're going to finish up. We may sign one, maybe two more players. We just had a prospect leave our campus just now. And then we're going to start July. It's going to be a huge recruiting month for us. And in August, you know, we hit it back up. Also June, I'm going to start working the players out. So June, working out, July recruiting, August school begin.
When you're recruiting so many players and getting different transfers in, what comes with the challenge of trying to build that team chemistry in these summer months?
Well, you know, it's always a challenge when you don't know each other. What I've tried to do is just, you know, talk about my vision. There's three things we stand for: character, academics, and basketball. And when I recruit prospects in that way, who aligns with my vision, that kind of helps in that challenge.
You recently announced 4 transfers. What can you tell us about that group?
Okay, so we were fortunate to sign Taylor Gibson. She's from Michigan. She was on Michigan's Elite 18. We got Maya Burns, who's from Georgia Southern. It actually came down to us and Rutgers and getting her, so we felt really good about her. We got Rachel Rankin, who's from Kansas. She's a shooter. Rachel has scored over 1,000 points in her career. Big time shooter. We're excited about her. And then we have Morgan Robertson, who is from Florida Gulf Coast Community College, which she averaged over 20 points this past season. And we have 3 more that have signed. We're just waiting for the paperwork to go through, and then I can talk about them publicly.
When you're recruiting, are you recruiting for this your first squad here, or are you recruiting for the Big 12?
I'm doing both. You have to be smart. So what you don't want to do when I'm recruiting, I don't want to recruit and it's not a good fit. So I'm leaving myself room to evaluate this season and then to be able to jump into the Big 12.
It seems like I read a little bit about each recruit that you've signed, the transfers you've signed. It seems like Rachel can do a little bit of everything. Talk more about her game, what you like about what she's able to bring to your team.
Well, I think Rachel is going to bring quite a bit to our team. Number one, experience. She's played in the Big 12. And she scored over 1,000 points in the Big 12. She can shoot the 3, she can post up, she can play the point. So experience. And my conversation in recruiting with Rachel, one of the things I said is, I expect you to be a vet. Lead the locker room, do the right things on and off court, and continue to shoot it.
What did you like about hiring Coach Adams to be your associate head coach, and Coach Brown, who I know has some history here at UCF?
Yes, yes. So I have 2 co-associate head coach. Coach Adams, Sytia Adams, actually came from the University of Memphis, which is here in the American, and she was the associate head coach at Memphis. And also Coach Adams and I played together at Arkansas. So we haven't been on the same court since 1998. So it's going to be interesting to see how we reunite. But she has great experience, over 18 years of D1 coaching experience. Been a head coach at Howard. Coach Brown has head coaching experience. He was a head coach at Lipscomb, coached under Pat Summitt, and also Coach Brown was here at UCF. So I really enjoyed the fact that he knows the program, and he was very excited about getting back. And we feel fortunate to get him back and do a great job for us, hopefully, as usual.
These caravan stops, what makes the interaction kind of like with UCF?
On the caravan stops, I really have enjoyed the UCF fans. I really have. Getting the opportunity to shake hands and for them to meet me has been great, and also just just getting to know people so they can see what we have and what we're bringing.
Just wondering, with all the big changes happening here at UCF, transition to the Big 12, how does it feel to be a new coach and just be a part of all these changes?
Well, you know what? I'm excited about the change. One of the reasons I wanted to take the job here at UCF was because we were transitioning to the Big 12. I have coached 8 years in the Big 12 at Baylor previously, and so for me, it's a great challenge, and I love a challenge. When Coach Adams and I first went to the University of Arkansas, my associate head coach, Arkansas was not a top 25 25 program, and we put them on the map and went to a Final Four. So every place I've been, it's been a challenge. So I'm accepting this challenge and ready to roll.
Are the fans anxious to talk to you in these caravans about continuing what the season was last year?
Yeah, I talked to a lot of fans about us continuing what we did last year. But one of the things I've told our fans is this is a different team from last year. Totally. We have 5 players that have committed to returning. So there are some seats to fill. And we've done that in recruiting, but it's also time. You know, last year team didn't get to where they got overnight. So, you know, we're going to keep working. The thing we like is there's the foundation from last year, and we want to build on that.
How great is it for you personally to be out here on all these stops and get the fans, being a coach, really getting embraced by everybody?
Well, I have enjoyed being embraced by Orlando. It's been amazing. Our fans are second to none. I feel like people have really embraced me, my family, our students, and it's been really good. So I'm super excited.
Is it hard to take a job like this or just take a head coaching job and wait for the season to start?
I can tell you this, I'm ready to get on the court because I'm ready to see what we have. So waiting until the season starts is I am a little anxious, but I think in between I can buy a house and do some other things, practice a little bit and get settled for the season.
And talking about getting on the court, what about the practice court? When can that begin? When will the transfers get here? Are they here already? Are they coming later in the summer? When will that start?
So we have our returning players, the 5 that are returning here on campus now. And the transfers are getting in around June 21st or so. Our B session for summer school starts on the 26th. I want to get them in a few days earlier, get their physicals, get them, you know, acclimated, especially the freshmen, to campus and those things. And we'll start working out on the 26th.
Who are those 5 returning players, and how important are they to your first year on the job?
Well, I mean, they're all important. You know, you got everyone who decided to stay wasn't, you know, starters in the beginning. And so what I like about them is that they decided to stay and believe in what we're doing. So I like that, and we're going to work and have fun and try to, you know, continue to get rings.
Is working on next year's non-conference schedule. Was that already done, or is that something you're working on as well?
We had 5 games to fill that was not signed when we got here. So some teams I can tell you that are done. Tennessee is going to be a non-conference. Princeton is going to be a non-conference. Seton Hall non-conference game. So, and we have a few more to finish up, but the contracts are not in, and I'd rather not say until we get the contracts.
What's kind of like your philosophy when scheduling games? I mean, we've heard from previous coaches like the importance of the non-conference game and trying to make the tournament precedent almost like the American. I know you're going to the Big 12, but what's your philosophy with scheduling non-conference?
Well, my biggest philosophy is 2 things. One is, you know, I want a team with a high enough RPI to help us in the NCAA room, NCAA tournament. Secondly, too, I want to give us an opportunity to win. Again, we're young. We have seats to fill, so we got a little ways to go there. So I'm looking at both RPIs and an opportunity to win. And we're trying to get some home games too, you know, to let our kids play in front of our fans.
I know you won't know any difference, but you know, going to the Big 12, this next class you're recruiting, that's the conference they're going to be in. Does that open up more doors from a recruiting standpoint?
I think so. You know, I don't know yet. I will feel that we'll know next year if going to the Big 12, that transition helps in recruiting. I feel like it will. It's a Power 5 conference. And we have the coaches that I've hired have great recruiting ties in the Big 12. Texas, you know, and those kind of things in Tennessee as far as the border of the Big 12.
Appreciate it. Thank you
guys.
Enjoyed it.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Take care.